Just take
Now
your time
we can
with
move
things,
on
sir.
to what's coming up on Wednesday. Second leg between Real Madrid and Manchester City. There you see, no doubt about it, pretty strong sentiment from the odds makers at ESPN Bet. Real Madrid overwhelming favorites. I believe Jan Aage Fjortoft still with us. And Jan, I believe you are...
Tom Jones records.
Yeah, somewhere back there.
Somewhere
back
stuff
there in the past. Jan, you're the only one to have picked Manchester City. You feeling better about that after seeing them destroy Newcastle this weekend?
And Craig, you can leave your hat on, talking about Tom Jones. But yeah, no, I think that...
Well done.
I think that Manchester City could have a chance. I think what they did against Newcastle was great. Of course they can. So I'm not confident about my tip, but they're still in there.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that pinging noise?
What was that?
That was the money coming through from the Erling Haaland camp to Jan's phone. Ka-ching! Man City, ka-ching! Man City, ka-ching! No, but you're right. This game, hey, take the money, Jan. This game could be absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
I just think it
agree.
could be nuts.
Yeah.
Because City don't really know. They've tried to play a different way at times. It hasn't worked. They had that thumping of Newcastle where Mamouche was excellent, and all of a sudden you think Guardiola's right, we're going to go for it. Sod it. We're going to go for it. If we're going to go out, we're going to go out fighting and doing it our way. And then they're going to go out. I just don't see how... And I agree with Jan in the sense that you can't say City have no chance because they have world-class players. But as a whole sum, as a unit, Real Madrid haven't been great. They were not great at the weekend. Again, I think it was, try to remember, Osasuna, I think it was. But that front line, I just don't, in my head, I can't see how City keep this front line out when they're trying to play such an open game. So that's why I think it's going to be crazily exciting, which I think the first game was, which Real Madrid did deserve to win by more. But I think we're going to crack an open game here and a bundle of goals.
Is that rarely do they fully control games as they have in the past. They're unable to control games through the midfield, which is something that they have been so very good at over the last few seasons. That's not happening. It's not natural to them. And so if there's no control through the midfield and they can't really defend all that well, it would suggest playing against Manchester City, who we know full well haven't had the sort of control that they've had in the past through the midfield, who we know they cannot defend transition, this is going to be back and forth. And in a back and forth game without control, that's when Manchester City have a chance, but they have to, there are things that need to happen. Ederson has to come up with save after save. Big save, in big moments, which he doesn't always do. Erling Haaland's going to have to score goals. Marmouche is going to have to score goals. They're going to need to be continuously dangerous and threatening against Real Madrid. But you also need to control the 1v1 situations. And who controls Vini? Who controls Mbappe? Who picks up the run from Bellingham coming from deep? Who controls Rodrigo? Because while you're paying attention to Vini, Mbappe, Bellingham, he's Rodrigo, and he can hurt you as well. They don't have any sort of control in those sort of areas, Manchester City, and that's why it's difficult to see Manchester City having a real opportunity.
Jan, what's your sense on Haaland? Obviously, we saw him go off, kind of scary, non-contact injury on the weekend. He going to play?
Yes, I think he will play. He was in training today as well. But he seems okay, and he's been traveling with the team, had a good session today. And the good thing about Mamouche, yes, we can give him a big compliment for being a great player. I think he will be a great signing for Erling Haaland as well. Because he wants, I think that he will do well, them together. They could be a great, great partnership.
Frank, you agree with the boys here as to what kind of game we're going to get tomorrow?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, because simply, and Ali talked about that, you know, both teams cannot defend. They don't know how to control the game. And they are both, you know, very effective, I would say, offensively. And it's why I think it's going to be an open game.
Real Madrid, Manchester City, then second leg Wednesday in Madrid. Of course, we'll be all over it on tomorrow's edition of ESPN FC. Make sure to check it out right here on ESPN Plus. Big, big day as we recap all of the action from around the Champions League.